Did you know that a teenage girl led an army to victory and changed the course of history, only to be burned at the stake just a few years later? Her story begins during the Hundred Years' War. Imagine a France torn apart, divided, defeated, and on the brink of collapse. The English had control over much of the country, and the French king, Charles VI, was mentally unstable, leaving his son, Charles VII, struggling to hold on to power. With the fate of France hanging by a thread, things looked bleak for the French people. However, they would soon witness the rise of one of the most remarkable figures of the medieval age, a young woman who would lead them to victory. Born in 1412 in the small village of Domremy, Joan was just a peasant girl. But in 1425, at the age of 13, she started hearing voices, visions of saints telling her that she was destined to save France. Joan's unwavering faith led her to the court of Charles VII, who was skeptical but desperate for any chance to turn the tide of war. The turning point came in 1429, when Joan led the French forces in the Siege of Orléans. Against all odds, her leadership and courage rallied the French soldiers, and they broke the English siege, capturing the city. This victory was a game changer, both on the battlefield and for the morale of the French people. In 1430, after a failed military campaign, she was captured by the Burgundians, who handed her over to the English. She was put on trial in Rouen for charges of heresy and witchcraft, primarily because of her claimed divine visions and her decision to wear men's military clothing. Despite her firm defense and unwavering faith, Joan was found guilty and sentenced to death. Joan was burned at the stake in the marketplace of Rouen. Her execution was a brutal end to her short life, but her death only cemented her status as a martyr. Over time, her legacy grew, inspiring generations of French people and playing a pivotal role in the eventual French victory in the Hundred Years' War. In 1456, a posthumous retrial declared her innocent, and she was officially exonerated. Nearly 500 years later, in 1920, the Catholic Church canonized Joan as a saint, forever immortalizing her as a symbol of courage, faith, and resilience. Her life, brief but extraordinary, remains a testament to the power of conviction and the impact one person, no matter their background, can have on the course of history.